Guys, please confirm me on chat if you guys can see my screen and if you can listen me properly. Okay, fantastic. Okay, guys, so let's get started. Okay. Okay guys, so this was the point we left yesterday. We have integrated the table using line items and the selection fields. So we have created the controls of selection fields using the CDS annotations, and we have given some configs so that we can get a proper value help generated for the same. So these were some of the important things that we have did yesterday. Also, how to rename your text using I18N concept, even that is something we have did yesterday. Including with navigation. I'm not sure why some people had challenges in navigation, rather it was quite a straightforward. Anyways, I believe most of them issues are sorted now. So guys, before we kick off, one humble request, what all logistical issues are left out related to Cloud Connector JDK, please get it done today itself, so that almost we are going to end this template by today, following by the assignment that you get on the weekends. Okay, from tomorrow we would kick off the analytical list page, which is very, very, very critical. Okay, so please make sure all these things are in place. Okay, and like I have told multiple times, the moment I'm teaching something, please do not post anything on chat, as it is not required. We will have time for discussions and we have a group for the discussion. Okay, so just hang in for some time so that it does not disturb anyone during the session. Okay, fine. Again repeating it, make sure all your logistical issues are sorted out today. I'm not sure why it is still persisting till now, because without that you won't be able to proceed anything. Let it be your Cloud Connector, JDK or anything. Without JDK proper, you cannot even run your Eclipse. Okay, so please get all your logistical issues sorted out today itself. Spend some extra time. Take help from our folks and other people also in the group. Okay, because everyone is very supportive, they help each other. You just connect with them and just take the help so that all the logistical issues are sorted out. I don't want to listen anyone stating tomorrow also they are stuck up with all these things. Okay, fine. Coming to the next thing, I would appreciate some people in the group who have shared some blogs that we have did some R&D and they are able to find some solutions. So let me tell you guys, each and every approach, whatever we are doing is better. It is good. It has no impact in the UI as well as from the performance point of view. But we really appreciate the people who do the R&D and bring new things to our table. So we collectively combine all the solutions and we can develop and make it better each and every day. So that was the main thing I want to highlight it today, because there are many people who have brought out new things on the F4 and all. I appreciate all their work. That is great work. Keep it up. Also, one important thing is we should not lose the track of all this good content just because of Cloud Connector issues, because there was a lot of message trail that was going on. So let's avoid it and let's make it the most constructive one. Okay, and yes, some people told that they need practice time little less. So yes, instead of 15, we can make it like 8 to 10 minutes, not a problem. But practice during the call is very important. Otherwise, I had experiences and I have feedback from many people. So this is one of the most successful model. Whatever things we are learning here, we'll do it right away. Plus, add-on things we can explore whenever we have time during the day. Okay, fine, fine guys. Let's move ahead now. So now we will be focusing on the date format. Today we will be understanding the date format, how to handle the date format, how to change the date format. I would be teaching you one approach, plus you will be coming with different approaches. Most welcome. There are many ways to handle different things. That is totally fine. So guys, as you are gaining 3-4 days of experience, so what I'll do is today's requirement, once it is done, I'll give some twists and turns in the requirements which you have to get it done in this call and come back to me with a solution. That would give me more confidence that you guys are much more prepared for the same. Okay, fine, then we'll start with the development now. So this is the date field that we have in our application. Okay, so I'll just execute this and I'll show you the output that we are getting for the same. So this is the current date format that we are getting, and no user interface accepts this kind of format. So this is the date. So let me add some comments here. Current date format YYYY -mm -dd. This is the current date format that is coming to our table. Next thing is, what should be the expected date format? Should be dd.mm.yyyyy or something else. So guys, one important thing that I want to tell here is this format may confuse the people in many things. Say for example, I'll give you one example. If the date is 07.06.2020, many people may get confused between your date and your month, and that happens many times. We have received feedback from many people, so we have identified the best way of displaying the date is dd.mmm.yyyyy. This is one of the best date format that we have decided to keep it as a date format. So the expected date would be, say for example, 6th.July.2020, as simple as that. This is one of the most generic format, and this would be accepted everywhere because date is mentioned, year is clearly mentioned, month is clearly mentioned. So we do not have any confusion in this, but we might have confusion in this, and this has happened with many of the customers. Considering feedback from many people, we will be following this date approach so that it is very crystal clear. 100% nobody would have any confusion in this. Okay, so considering this, we'll keep it in this way, and we will be using some concepts to implement the date formatting. Okay, so the next thing what we have to do is we need this as a line item. So obviously I'll add this as my line item. Sorry. Position, let me keep it as 70. @ and user text dot label. You can keep as scheme created date. Okay, let's understand the code and let's break it into pieces. We have to write a couple of logics here to make it working the way we are looking for. Okay, so currently the format that we are getting is this, and I want the output in one format and remaining you have to achieve. What I will be doing is I need the format in month and year. So say for example it is July-2020, something like this, and before this bringing the date would be your cup of tea, like 0201 or whatsoever it is up to 3031. Okay, so this is the format that I want to achieve it. So how am I going to achieve it? What would be my things that I have to do it? So I have to break this format and I have to rearrange it for everything. Now we are very sure months are only 12, starting from Jan to December, and we have the current format is in number starting from 01 to 12 that we have to redirect in a string. Okay, before I start, let me tell you, I will be teaching the approach that we would be doing, and there are many ways to handle it. If you are bringing a new approach, that's totally acceptable, not a problem. Okay, fine. Okay, so the next thing is we would be using concept of substring in which we can break the piece. So now currently the format is YYYY, MM and DD. So what we need this format. So first of all we need this value, and then we need hyphen this value. This is the way. So we have to change the representation of data as per the user experience. That's the next thing we have to take care. So we will be using a case statement, and we will be using 12 different cases. That's fine. Case, I'll give substring. Case substring. I'll remove this part and let me explain you. So guys, this is case substring here means it is your argument, position and length. So what is my argument? Argument is my scheme created date, that is my backend value. Then I have my position and then my length. So basically year that is coming 2020, I don't have to change in any way. It is 2020, it would be represented as 2020, just the position is going to differ. That I'll handle in the concatenation part. Okay, so case substring starts with arguments, position, length. So arguments and then position starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then this is your position. Basically, no, it starts with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my position. Starting position is then 5. And what is the length? 1, 2. So length is 2. Okay, so this is this is the first thing that you have to initialize it. Then we would be having 12 different cases for handling for each and every month, and then we will split it. So when it's 1, then we have to concat the initial value. When it is 1, it should start with Jan to December in 12 sequences, and then we can again use the substring argument position length. So argument, anyways, it is never going to change. This is my argument. Now my position is, see, what is my expected date format? This is my expected date format. Let me make it Jan to be more specific. Okay, so this is my Jan. So this concatenation is the final retrieval statement based on the case, whatever it is coming for the specific data. So Jan, I will give -f my own choice. Then what I want, I need to break this year. So we are using substring argument position length. So this is my argument, which is never going to change. Position would be the first position because current date format is this, and length is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this is the first case that I have added in my bucket. Now I have to add different cases, like when it is 02, then concat. I'll explain the whole code again, don't worry. Then we have to concat by Feb. I'll keep it uppercase just for my understanding. Substring argument position length. Again, this is my argument. My position is 1 and length would be 4. No change in that. Okay, so this is what we have did for 2. I'll do it for rest quickly. Then 3. Then we will keep the string as maximum 3 here. MAR. Position and length is not going to be impacted anyways. Let me replicate it at other places as well. Let me correct the code. 4 APR, then 5 MMY, then 6 JUN, then 7 JUL. Oh, sorry, my bad. Then 8 AUG, then 9 SEP, then we have 10 OCT, 11 NOV, and 12 DEC. Sorry, DEC. Okay, there are a lot of spaces. Let me remove those. It is not required. Let's not keep empty spaces for your code. And then a final statement, and as once any name of your choice. Okay, so guys, this is the logic that we have built. We will have a complete revision what all things we have did so far. We are working on a date format. This is the approach that I have explained you how I handling. There are many approaches that you can bring in that can be shorter. Anything, it is totally welcome. Not a problem. So now what we have did is, anyways, these two statements we are exactly clear what they are looking for. Then you have your case statement, case of substring. This is your argument, position length. Argument is the backend property value that you have, that is scheme created date. Then it is your position, and then it is your length. Position starts from here. This is the position I'm looking for. So this is the 5th position, and the length is 2, as simple as that. Okay. Then we have 12 different cases, because months are for sure not going to increase by 12. That is for sure, those are stagnant. So we can, 12 cases are easily manageable to be driven. So we can have that. Okay. So when it is case 1, then concatenate. Concatenate is joining multiple things. So this is my first parameter, and this is my second parameter, and the output would be combined. So here, output for above syntax can be Jan-2020 or 2019, whatever it is. Sorry. Okay, based on the date we have it in our backend system. So this is what it is sufficing my process before comma, my one process, which is indicating to this for this month, and then my date. Okay, as simple as that. So we have defined 12 cases for the same. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how the output works and all. Okay, sorry, it's inactive. Let me activate it. Okay, it's activated now. Let me test it. Yes, we are getting it as expected. May, Jan, August, March, whatever data we have. So this is what the output is coming, and this is what it is expected. So that's fine. This annotation is this is anyways the annotation, so it will be reflected directly in your Fiori element project. Okay, so that's important thing. One second. Okay, so now let's this is activated. Let's quickly test the same in our project. Guys, one thing as a suggestion I just want to add here is, whenever, even if you are quite experienced player in the market, and if you're working on Fiori applications, make sure you have your inspect element enabled. It's ideally the best way. You can trace whatever things you have written so far. Okay guys, so you can see the output here. Exactly, we're getting the output the way it is expected and the way we are looking for. Okay, so this is one of the most important thing that we want to test, because initially, guys, one more thing, there are many conflicts. Even if you comment out this complete code, the output, the conversions that you are getting here, this is the old one, not the new one which is executed. I have purposely kept it so that you guys can understand. This is the old one. So the format that you can see here and the format you would be seeing in your Fiori element is way different. It would not come in this way. It would totally come in a different way. Okay, it would come like month, comma, year, month, comma, year, something in a different way. So this is something that is a bit better, that we personally feel. Okay, so okay guys, so what we can do is 10 to 15 minutes to everyone, implement the same in your system, get the output. Post that, we will have doubts and discussions for the same. Once it is done, then there is one twist in the requirement that you guys have to do it. Now currently the output is coming like this, but what I want from my participants is, I want the output is month as, suppose it is 6, then your date, then your month, then your year. So it's very simple for you guys to handle it. Okay, so I want you guys to work on this and give me this output. Just a second, 1 second, someone is having some questions. Yeah guys, any issues, any problems? Hello guys, you can unmute yourself if you want to.
Wait, can we keep it in a separate method? Because if we want to display for multiple dates, can we keep it in a separate method and call that method? Any chance?
No, there is no need to do that. See, the logic, whatever you write in CDS is not that heavy. The lines of code are also there, so let's keep it in one page, not at all required. Whenever I see, there is some background disturbance. Can you please mute? See, I have first. See, basically, I always keep everything in the same file. Only the annotations we have it. We keep it in a separate metadata extension file. So all the annotations are being handled there, and we just have the normal properties here. Okay, so that is it. Fine, guys. Now I have some expectation from you, and I want you guys to do it. First of all, try to achieve this, get this kind of output, and then I need the output from you guys in this format. Okay, be quick, guys. Maximum 15 minutes, not more than that. Make sure you write this code, make sure you test it and understand it, because now understanding plays a very important role. This was the previous format. This is the way we have revamped it. This is the way we have restructured it. Each and every small thing is very important. Hello guys, I believe most of you have done. Okay, just one thing. I just want you guys to investigate 5 to 10 minutes now and find a smaller solution than this with the same kind of output. What exactly I mean to say is, in your case, you would be having output like 06-May-2020 with this specific code. But in my previous trainings, my participants have identified this. This is anyways working. This is totally fine, not a problem. But they have identified some smaller way of doing as well. Okay, so just 5 to 10 minutes, and if you guys can investigate the next 5 to 7 minutes, that's fine. Otherwise, we'll quickly move to the next thing, and that would be taken as an assignment. I want a smaller code solution to achieve the same kind of output, not this. Please be quick. Meanwhile, if anyone has any questions in understanding this piece of code, let me know now so that we can acknowledge the same. People who have any questions in understanding the below logic, let me know. Okay. Guys, one more thing, one very important thing, as the projects that we are doing now we are starting with list report, then we'll move to analytical list page followed by overview page. Okay, so make sure the version that you select in your project does not exceed 1.52. Reason being I'm saying is we have 1809 works and it supports maximum 1.56 of version, not above that. And in Web IDE, I believe above 1.52, we directly have 1.60, so that might not work. Okay, so considering all these things, we should go with 1.52 version, not 1.3, only 1.52. Keep that version in mind. Use that only, considering the system. So in third week, once I'll be teaching you the deployment and Fiori style configuration part, there I'll show you the version. Guys, last 2 minutes, be quick. I have to start the next thing. People who have not commented here exactly means they are still doing it and they have not done it. Meanwhile, guys, I just want any one of you whoever has completed this to send me that one line of code that is concatenation of your date. Okay, I hope you're understanding what exactly I'm trying to say. I just need this one line of code where you are concatenating your date so that I can reply on that. Can you please send that on chat here in FCC? Okay, one second. Let me review. First, you are concatenating this, then this, then this. Okay. Okay, went well. Then concat again. Concat substring. One second. Guys, Shekhar has shared a smaller piece of code. So this is what we have received from our previous batch participants. So Shekhar, one kind request, share this code on the WhatsApp group so that our participants can analyze this code in their free time whenever they are free today, and they can compare the code and they can understand all these things. Okay. So a humble request, just share this. Okay, great, great. So guys, compare this code, have a look at this and compare it with your code, like whatever code we have did so far, and these are the different approaches. Okay, great. Okay, great guys, enough now. Please stop your work and focus here. Everyone stop your work. I have to move to the next thing now. Please stop your work wherever you are and complete it later. I will not repeat, stop your work. Fine. Okay. Okay guys, so as of now we have understood the date formatting, but there are a lot of things that we see here and we should correct it. There is a reason I have used this table so that we can use many concepts that we have. Okay, some of them I would be doing it and some of them I would be giving you as a requirement, and you have to come back to me with a solution. In case if you struggle it, you can park it for now and then you can come back later. I believe nobody is working now. So the first thing what I personally feel is in fields like sales district, region and material, there are a lot of initial leading zeros which are nowhere required. Okay, so the next requirement is we have to, just a second, how to remove initial zeros in our application for specific data. Okay, so this is the next requirement that we have as of now. So how are we going to handle it? I'll do it for sales district, region and the material that I have, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so this is the one. So this is my district. Yeah, guys, please do not discuss any solutions here, please. Whenever I'm teaching, see one thing, let me tell you very frankly, guys. I believe some of you might have previous experience in ABAP CDS or ABAP on HANA or whatsoever your background is, but there are many people who are completely new, and one humble request, treat yourself as you don't know anything whenever I'm teaching, and then again if you learn you might add 2 things in your knowledge bucket. Okay, so whenever I'm teaching, do not whatever you have told answer is correct, but do not keep posting here. Okay, let's avoid it. Yeah. Okay, so this is our district, so we can use L trim, that is left trim. We can have our property here. This is the property and this is what we want. Zeros initial we want to remove as district. This is just the new keyword that I have written here. Okay. Okay, let's test our code. Let's see how it goes. It is working, it is failing, or what it is doing. Let's do an experience here. Okay. Okay guys, yes, the initial zeros are removed and this is working as expected. So we are good with this. Let's implement it at state and also at material. State. This is for state and last but not the least for material. Okay. Let me execute this. Okay, sorry, it's not activated. Let me activate it. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so all the initial zeros are removed and now it is looking little better than before. Let's quickly review the same in our Fiori application as well. Let's see how it works here. This is my project. I'll go here. Let me refresh it. Shekhar, one more thing, one small work to you. Can you please ask participants to check their overview page, how it is reacting to their specific Web ID accounts, so that the moment we start, they should be mentally prepared that they may not exactly get the template and the structure that we guys are getting. Okay, so let's do that homework. Please check. Please ask participants, and just if you have a screenshot, just ask them how to check it so that they can be mentally prepared for the same. Okay, let's see how it works here. Yes, guys, so we are exactly getting the output. It is always better to test your code so that you are much more convinced of what all things you have did so far are working correct and as expected. Okay, so guys, we will understand some more formulas like mathematical formulas like add, sum, whatever we have for all the values. Okay. How to add the tabs? Tabs I have told you that is part of the requirement. So I believe, one second. Fine. Okay, fine. Okay, guys, let's move ahead now. So this is one thing we have did. We have removed the initial zeros. Let's make each and every step to make it better. So we will be using one more field to have the summations. So let me add one more value. I can add it here. Sales value. Let me execute it. Sorry, I forgot to activate. Okay. Okay, guys, so this is the sales value that we have. So we have two requirements to do here. One is the summation, that is simple and I'll do it. One thing is I want to remove the zeros after the dots. I don't want them. There are some requirements that I'll be listing it out and I want my participants to figure it out. Okay. First, let me do one part of work and I want you guys to investigate today. After, I am not sure, after repeating so many times, still at the time of teaching also participants cannot wait for some time and then ask the questions. I don't know how much time I have to repeat this. Okay, fine, let me add the annotation here. This is my sales value, so if I want the sum, I have to use simple sum of my sales value. I'll rename it as sales value, anything of my choice. I'll bring some annotations here at the rate UI dot line control space position. I'll make it as 80 also. You can keep it here, not a problem. This is your 70, then you have your 80. Do I have anything below? No, I don't have. So sequence wise it is this, and end user, sorry, at the rate end user text label sales value total and all we have. So guys, there would be one small change that you would be analyzing at your UI level. I'll tell you. Let me activate it. Okay, 1 second. What happened? Okay, 1 second. Just a second. If I remove this alias, will it work? I don't think so. Group by clause is required. Yeah, group by is required. As okay, 1 second. As sales value. Okay guys, one thing, group by I will be writing here one question, or I would be writing it here. Tell me, at line number 72 or at line number 35. I need answer from you guys. Some of you already know that, right? 72, 73 or at the bottom? Correct. Okay guys, so you have to continue it. And one thing, let me quickly add it here. No, one thing, hang in guys. I prefer at bottom, or it will only work at bottom, has a very different meaning. 1 second, let's. Guys, one by one, someone told you prefer at bottom. My question is, you prefer at bottom, or it can be only, it can only work in bottom? I need sure answer. Obviously, prefer at bottom, it's not a path, right, that we will give a choice. Okay, just one question before we try something. Now, if I give a summation in the bottom, I will be getting the value. One question, guys, do not say in chorus. Will I be able to see the totals here and total at the bottom? Total here means the count of records, and the UI will also be changed. You will be having vertical lines after every column. Is it yes or no? Guys, you can unmute yourself. Let's have a debate now. I need couple of answers from you. Hello?
It depends on the table. If it is a responsive table, you will not have. If it is an analytical table, then you will have the lines.
Okay, you mean to say it would change from position? No. See, now we are only, this is purely a list report, right? It's nowhere analytical we are dealing in. So my question is, if I add a sum group by everything I've added, so that will come here or here, wherever it is, and we would be getting a total in the bottom. So my first question is, will we get the total records here and the count of our records? Is it yes or no? Are you getting my point? What I'm trying to ask you?
Yes, yes.
We need to write separate annotation for that.
Yes. For the count,
One
we need separate annotation.
guys,
We need
For
to
the,
give
for
header.
the, for
We
the
need
line
to
to
give
come,
header part.
I think you need to use a different annotation, I guess. I think you need to use at default aggregation is equal to true or something like that. Then you would get the lines. Otherwise, you would not get it.
Okay. May I know your good name?
Balu?
Okay, Balu. So what you are saying is, once we add the sum here below at the bottom, we would be getting the sum total. That's fine. But my question is, will we get the total records here? Total records in bracket the count of the data. Will we get that, yes or no?
I think you should be getting it.
No,
We
no,
should
I
be
think. No, no.
fine. And will we getting the vertical lines after each and every column, yes or no? In list report, just answer me that in list report.
No.
Yeah, you will get it because summation, right? No, you will get it because you can break it down.
But the UI doesn't know it, right? The UI you should tell explicitly saying that default aggregation is equal to sum, which we did not do it. So the UI doesn't know whether you.
Wait. 1 second. Balu. See, code, group by default aggregation, sum, everything we will do it. Okay, we have added the default aggregation. Now tell me vertical, just one simple question.
Yes,
if
you will
I
get
want
it.
vertical lines here,
Yes,
the
you will get
vertical lines to be separated and below total anyways it will come. How it is going to work?
I think you will get the lines in between.
This kind of these vertical lines will come.
You will get the lines in between.
See,
Yes,
sorry.
you will get the lines.
See, one approach is this in group by that you do. One thing, let me show you again. This is my value. That's it. Let me click on save. And here at the rate default aggregation hash control space sum. Okay. Now tell me. So now if I give this kind of aggregation, I will get the output and also I will be getting the lines separated, right? Line.
Yes.
This is what you're trying to say?
Right. I think so.
Okay, fine.
See, there are two clauses. I would say with. I did not try with the list. I was just trying it with the ALP. Okay, in the ALP you can actually define whether it's a responsive table or it's an analytical table. If it's an analytical table, you will get the lines.
To interrupt here, ALP you are trying directly in the query browser or with Web IDE template?
See, I was using it in my office Web IDE, not in here.
No. My question is ALP. See, analytical reports can be developed via query browser, and also we have a template in Web IDE. So my question is, it is via query browser.
I use the template.
Okay, fine. Okay, so just to cut short, why I had this debate is because in many of the projects, customers used to have a file. They need the sum, but they need the lines in between. So I was just asking whether it is possible or not. So what you mean to say is, if we follow this, then we will get lines, but if we have sum and group by, then lines will not come, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay guys, so last 5 to 8 minutes we will have it debatable to bring your knowledge in our plate and whatever things we know to share with you guys. There are few operators that I want to check. So now if you can see this city, this is purely uppercase. Okay, if I want it in Camel, it's like P capital UNE small, something like that. Can we do it via some operator? It is possible, yes or no?
Yes, possible.
Same with all the fields, right?
Yes, possible. That you will do it in the
and one
level
more thing,
annotation.
and in case of semi-finished, I want a hyphen between semi and finished. Can we break that as well?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic, great. One last question. I'll apply a code, and then we would discuss on the same. I think this error should go away now because I've removed that line. 1 second. Okay, let me try activating it now. Let's see the output. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Let me refresh this. Guys, one more thing I want to add here is make sure everyone has maintained the configuration in your host files in your specific laptop that you are using. If you have not maintained your host files, you will not be able to execute the app once it is deployed and once it is deployed to SAP Fiori Launchpad. Okay, so make sure host file data, each and everything is maintained. And Shekhar, one request, like I've told you, please ask participants to check their template of their overview page, because they should not have the trouble like what we had with previous people. Okay, so that they can find the alternative also how to handle that. We'll guide them for that. Balu, just one question to you. So now by adding this kind of default aggregation for summation, okay, 1 second, what happened here? Fine. Okay, fine. Okay, so guys, it's coming like this now, and nobody would like this kind of UI. I totally agree with you. Nobody would like this kind of UI. 1 second, so bad. Guys, make sure I'll mute everyone now. There are a few things we have to tell. Yes, we can definitely, but why to add the IP address and all? It's better to access via URL, right? I mean, obviously IP or URL, anything is fine, but it is better to have the host name. Okay, so here you can see the summation total at the bottom. So let's test the responsiveness of this kind of app. So guys, you can see this is nowhere responsive and how clumsy and bad it is looking. So okay, okay guys, you can see how clumsy and bad it is looking. So we should always go with summation, using the summation and having the group by clause. Okay, so that is the only correct way of doing it. Okay, okay, so you want people to go with the IP directly? That should be fine, not a problem. Okay, okay guys, so please practice all these things now. I'll close this. Now you understood, right? Getting the output with different way, what it matters a lot. The responsiveness, each and everything matters. So we have to take care of each and every small thing. Output matters a lot, but it also matters the approach that we use. Okay, so this is nowhere sufficing our requirement. We are totally focusing on all the devices, let it be mobile, tablet and desktop. So we should not use this default aggregation, and we should not have these vertical lines. Neither it is having a better look and feel in your desktop, neither nowhere. So we should go with summation. Okay, okay guys, so few requirements that I have to discuss as of now. Let me first remove this. Okay. Okay, guys, so there are a couple of small requirements and assignments that I'm giving now. Make sure you everyone do it by tomorrow. And Balu and other guys, if you guys know the answer, do not post it on the WhatsApp group. Let everyone struggle and find it on their own. If you send the answer, then there is no point of giving the assignment. This is assignment. Let everyone struggle. People will only help when I tell you, but not now. From the assignment one, and also the assignment that you guys will be getting tomorrow, make sure nobody helps each other on that. Let everyone struggle for the same. I'll add the list of questions. First is remove zeros after, I'll write in a very layman language, after dot in sales value field. First is this. Values for city, name, material description. Okay, no, for 2 I'll keep it. Value for city and, just a second, city and name. Value for city name should follow camel case only. One, I'll give you example also. Current output, expected output, I hope I'm very clear with what I've written so far. This English has been covered, fine. This is first thing, and one last thing, what I, in material description, add a, in material description, add this in semi-finished. Current output, expected output, okay. So this is the expectation that you guys have to work on. Okay guys, so this is the assignment that you guys have to work on. Send it to tomorrow we'll discuss. Nobody is going to put any answers on the group. Let everyone struggle for that. Okay, so that's the whole thing. This is the requirement that you have to do it today itself. From tomorrow we are going to start with analytical list page. Okay, so that's the target. Apart from that, tomorrow you will be getting an assignment that you have to complete on Saturday and Sunday and send to us by Monday. Okay, assignment would be mostly on the list report, nothing on the ALP, because it's starting from tomorrow. So that is the thing. And secondly, sum is just an example. Whatever properties, functionality we use, let's make sure it does not disturb the responsiveness. Okay, so guys, whatever logic, now default aggregation sum, it has disturbed the responsiveness, look and feel is very bad, no customer would like it, so you have to follow different approach. If you achieve, this is just an example I'm saying, if you follow any kind of these things but it does not, if it disturbs the responsiveness, it equally means the functionality is not achieved. Okay, I'm very clear what exactly we need. Okay, so that's very important. Yeah. So guys, summation you have to do using group by clause, what people have already given the answer. So you do it using that way. Summation, okay, no worries, I'll add it. Add summation for sales value field using group by approach. Okay, so this is one thing. Okay guys, so we are very clear with the assignment what we have did so far. We have, and one more thing guys, once we are done with this, like post this call, what I want you guys to do is today the date formatting, we have followed this approach, and I'm very happy that people were able to get the output by adding the date. It means concepts are very clear. I'm really happy for that. Adding to this, Shekhar has also shared one source code. Have a look into it, compare it, and try to have understanding. Moreover, guys, I appreciate all the people who are sharing different knowledge sharings on the group. I appreciate their hard work. Keep doing that, and if you find something new that can be useful for everyone, bring it to our page. We'll appreciate it. Okay. Okay, guys. Great. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye. We'll connect tomorrow. Thanks for giving your time.